Hey, fabulous nurse entrepreneurs. Erica Leach again from Nurses Rising and the Biz School for Nurses. Thanks for joining me on this fourth video. Okay, so of course I've got to do it because I feel it in my body. This is number 4 out of 5. Why do I have to do that? I have no idea. Just bear with me, okay? So listen, we already spoke about, let me say this first. We were talking about the 5 top things that I wish I had learned when I got started with legal nurse consulting, or that I had done when I first started my legal nurse consulting business. Things that caused me to lose money, to lose time, to increase my stress levels, to be overwhelmed and run out of legal nurse consulting and have to be forced back to work because I wasn't making any money. So to help you avoid all of that as you're getting started or as you are taking the next level to move your business forward and up level your business and your lifestyle, I want to share some of the top 5 things that I wish I had learned so that it will maybe provide some clarity for you, some insight, maybe even some motivation to make some changes or to go back and look at how you've been doing things to see if there's something that you can tweak, something that you can take out or add to your business to bring you to the next level, or just to get things started rolling and gaining traction and getting that initial business. So I talked about 3 things already. One was the right things to say. I wish I knew the right things to say and to the right people. This was face-to-face as well as in my marketing materials, emails, promo items, website, things like that. The second thing that I talked about was I wish I knew how to create an effective brand, and I wish I knew how to make it. I wish I did it and made it more cohesive and authentic and true to me, as opposed to some duct tape hodgepodge copycat imitated type of brand that did not speak to who I was and was very confusing because I was putting all kinds of things out to all kinds of people. So those were those areas. And then the third thing was I wish I had gotten help in the beginning. I wish I sought out a coach or a mentor who could really kind of hold my hand and walk me through the process, share their secrets, share their do's and don'ts, their tips, share the things that caused them to take steps backwards. And I also wish that I had got involved with groups. What I didn't mention to you in the last video really quick was I did get involved with mastermind groups with a bunch of nurse entrepreneurs, and then I had another one that was a bunch of women entrepreneurs, and I never ever looked back. And once I started with masterminding, which I'm telling you guys, this is 100% increase in your life and your business personally and again professionally. It allowed me to do more in a quicker amount of time, and it pushed me, the girls in the group pushed me higher than I thought I would be pushed. I have a trainer right now, and I've always gone to the gym, but I've learned now, the older you get, the same routine that you've done no longer works, right? So I've been in the gym my whole life. I've been active in sports, the whole thing, my whole life. But now that I am, and don't say anything guys, but now that I am 47 this year, my body doesn't respond to the same things. I need more. I need to push myself more. So I had to, hire a trainer in addition to going to the gym. But the trainer, and I tell my girlfriends this, my trainer pushes me more than I would push myself. I do these crazy things, like pushing the tires and all those kind of things, like that kind of hard work that I would never do. And I would think that my limit was at here, but when I'm done with my trainer, he's pushed me all the way up to here, and I didn't think I could do it. So having someone to push you and give you that that backing and like, go ahead, you could do it, being your cheerleader and your coach and your accountability, it makes you do more than you ever thought possible. So just to go back on what I was saying on my last video, make sure you join some groups. Don't forget we have the 90-day vision mastermind. So just go to nursesrising.com and you'll find it. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the 4th thing. This is the 4th thing, 4 out of 5, that I wish I had learned or I had done in the beginning when I started my legal nurse consulting business. And that is, this is a doozy. I wish I had learned how to create and manage my own website, and I wish I knew how to manage and start social media marketing. And I have said this to other nurses before, social media marketing, which the number one platform, I believe personally from my experience and all the students that have been through my training, LinkedIn is one of the best platforms for legal nurse consultants. Now, I understand there's a difference between expert work and behind the scenes legal nurse consultants. And as an expert, you have to be very cautious and careful about where you're putting yourself out on social media, because they will always find you somewhere and they're always looking. And if you get deposed, they're going to try to pick apart what you might say or put out in social media world. So you always have to be cautious, careful, tread lightly, be mindful. Yeah, believe me, it's happened to me in depositions. So I say that, and if you're behind the scenes legal nurse consultant, then have at it. You still have to be careful. I mean, you're a professional, right? So it doesn't matter. You're a professional and you're an entrepreneur. So you know you have to be careful, not just because you're a legal nurse consultant and maybe you're thinking about expert work, but we all know we're professionals, and so we have to be professional in everything that we put out on social media. But I can tell you firsthand that LinkedIn is one of the best social media platforms for you to reach out to engage with prospects, reach out to prospects, and to convert prospects into clients, to speak with and get in front of, get the attention of the prospects that may be your ideal clients. You have insurance companies, defense, plaintiff attorneys in all different practice areas, in states, all the states, in different places and countries, and you can, with a push of a button or a couple of pushes, you can reach out to so many people at one time. And the best thing about LinkedIn and social media is you can work your 12 hours all day, and when you get home, we all know this is the age-old problem, everything's closed when you get home. So you can't call an attorney's office or insurance office. You can't call them when you get home. They're closed a lot of the time. For some of you, you work night hours and you're home during the day, but for the people that work during the day, it's a hard place to be in. But with social media, girl, you can come home from work, put your feet up, get the kids' homework done, put them to bed, get a glass of wine, and start clicking away on social media and building your presence. So social media marketing is huge, and I would highly recommend that you do it. Now, some of you already have social media. You're out there on maybe Facebook, you're out there on LinkedIn. It's not just about being out there. It's about engaging. It's about communication. It's about how you are out there. What are you putting out there? What are people seeing? And are you doing it effectively and correctly to get the attention of your ideal prospects? Again, this goes back to the first couple of videos. You really have to know who your ideal prospect is. If you're marketing to everybody, to every attorney or every attorney that you can, your message is going to be hard to craft because you're trying to reach so many people. If you keep it simple and you go for the right ideal client, which again, we go through in the programs, we'll teach you the right client to go for so that you get more yeses than you do nos, and it's easier and less stressful. But it's important to craft your LinkedIn page and your Facebook page, whatever it is that you're using, you have to craft it specifically for you. I did not know how to do that in the beginning, and honestly, LinkedIn was fairly new 10 years ago, but it was out and I was afraid of it. I thought, this stuff online, this is whatever. I mean, I didn't know about it, so I was ignorant to it. And first couple of years, 1 to 2 years, things were so quiet and so slow, and I just could not, I feel like I just couldn't get to anybody. And by the time I got home from my nursing job, all the law offices were closed. So how do I get in front of these people? So I started LinkedIn, and when I started LinkedIn, let me just say, I didn't know what I was doing, but I learned very quickly. I studied it, I learned everything I could about it, and I perfected it for me. And I get so many prospects and clients have come from LinkedIn. So I highly recommend it as a tool to engage and to connect with and communicate with prospects. And then with the websites, oh my goodness, websites, that's a whole nother thing here. You can create any kind of a website, and you can create it for, I don't know, $5, $10, $15. You can go on GoDaddy, you can go on all these different places where you can create a website. The problem that I had that I wish I had done when I first got started was, I wish I knew my brand. I wish I knew my ideal customer. I wish I had a coach to kind of help me thread it together so that I knew what my clients were really looking for, so that I knew exactly what to put on my website. And when changes would come and I would meet an attorney and I would give them this pitch that I thought they wanted, and then they gave me feedback and it was the opposite, and I realized, oh my goodness, this is really what attorneys want. I didn't know how to get back into my website to change it because I did not teach myself. I did not give myself the power and the control to work on it myself whenever I had a last minute change, or if I had a good idea that I wanted to add on there, or if I was growing and I wanted to update my website. I had to either pay someone to do it, and I really didn't have all the money to spend on that, and I had to wait on other people's schedule for them to get it done, which was very frustrating. And if they made a mistake, I had to wait for them and their schedule till they could fix it. I would come up with ideas at 1 o'clock in the morning because as an entrepreneur, your mind is on your business 24/7. I would come up with an idea at 1 in the morning and I couldn't reach them, of course. And then when I would get a message to them, they'd say, well, I'm busy with this and I'm busy with that. I'll get back with you in a week. You know what I mean? So having control over your own website and understanding the basic nuances and how to create pages and updates and make changes and tweak it and perfect it and hone in more on what you want to offer, because as you grow, you will know more about your client and what their needs are, and they're going to say things to you that you're like, oh, this is a great idea. Now this is a niche I can get into. So you're going to want to add that on. Or if you get a testimonial, you're going to want to add that on. So doing your own website is, it's work. It's not super easy, but it's gratifying. It's educational. It gives you independence. It gives you freedom, and it helps you to perfect your craft, and it helps you to perfect how you present yourself. And honestly, it all works together with working with attorneys, because the more proficient you come in these different areas, the more business you are becoming, the more entrepreneurial you're becoming, the more experience you have, and the more knowledge and confidence you have. The more you have those things, the more you can feed it to your prospects and to your clients, and they're gonna love that about you. They're going to be attracted to that. So I wish I had learned social media marketing earlier, and I wish I had learned how to develop a effective website, not a boring copycat website like every other legal nurse consultant on the planet, but something that was true to me, that would speak to my clients, that I can control and make changes on the fly. So these are 2 areas I wish I did. So I hope that after you watch this video that you take a look at what you have right now. Do you have a website right now? Are you trying to decide, should you hire someone? Where will you find that someone? And do you know the right questions to ask them when you are considering hiring someone? A lot of times they'll tell you things that they can do, but you don't know the right questions to ask because you've never done it. So you need to know those things. I can help you with that. If you already have a website, do inventory. Take inventory. You know what? You don't take inventory. Have a friend of yours who is not afraid to give you some criticism that is useful to you, and constructive criticism. Have them take a look at your website. Is it working? Do all the links work? Is it easy to navigate? Does it make sense? Do they understand what you're providing? Is it attractive? Is it annoying? Is it boring? Is it look like everybody else's? What can you change? So after you watch this video, please take a look at your website and start seeing how you can improve on it. Have you ever thought about making your own website? Do you already have one? How about getting more training to up-level your website and add new features to it, so that instead of clients just looking at it, you can get them engaged and get them on a list so that you can start marketing to them and their associates? Have you thought about that? So anyway, I know that's a lot to go into, but those are all things that we'll talk about and we'll get into, and I would love to share with you and love to teach you, because these are the things that you need to know. I needed to know it in the beginning and I didn't, and it cost me a lot. So you're learning this information, and I'm grateful that I can share it with you so that you don't have to go through the drama that I might have gone through. And if you already have a business, you can stop what you're doing now and change it to perfect it and get it better so that you can take your business to the next level. All right, guys. Oh, and I want to tell you really quick too, if you are considering doing your own website, WordPress honestly is the way to go. And I know it may seem a little overwhelming, but we can walk you through the basic steps and get you started, get you up and running. No worries about that. But WordPress, and you want to look at elegant themes, for the easiest platform to create your WordPress website. And as a host, I know a lot of people go through GoDaddy. They have a lot of people on their servers and it crashes a lot and it becomes problematic. I would suggest you trying out Bluehost. They have a beginner's a special pricing for beginners, and it's good enough to get started with, so I would recommend Bluehost, BLUEHOST.com. So that's what I have for you today, guys, and you have one more video with me. That is either a yay or a, oh God, not another one. I hope it's more of the yay. Alrighty, guys, well, it's great hanging out with you. I'll see you on the next video.